I'd like to invite George Randall for an innovative approach. George Randall.
Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters and guests, which would you prefer? A friend or an enemy? Someone or something that can help you, or something that will give you all sorts of trouble? I'm guessing it would be this side of the room. Someone that can help you, something that can help you. Well, there's something here that can help you. It's called the data projector. But because it is technology, it can also be your biggest enemy. Now, as a result of the question that I was asked, I have put together a slide presentation. And we're going to do this with a little bit more innovation today. Because I have the assistance of the lovely Renee De Silva. And in case you don't know why, you probably realise now we are practising our communication with one another. And as a result, I will be presenting what one does to set up a projector, and Renee will follow my instructions, and hopefully at the end of it, it will work. So today we're going to instruct you how to set up the Dell projector that we have. Now, before Renee starts, we have to imagine him coming here in an evening where he's presenting. What we usually like to do is to have the presentation using the projector first, so we can then move the equipment away at the end of that. So, Renee, do you have the projector with you tonight? Excellent. And do you have your laptop? Excellent. Very good. Now, the first thing that Renee will have to determine is what his laptop connection is. Is it, for example, a VGA, or is it an HDMI connection? Now, we have referred to this, and in fact, you can tell me what it is now, can't you?
It is a VGA.
A VGA, there we go. So that determines what we need to do. So the first thing I would ask Renee to do is to set up the projector on the table as you see here. Now, a lot of people tend to, I'll just explain a few things while Renee's doing that. A lot of people tend to set up the laptop with a PowerPoint, as in with power. Now, Renee's doing that because he's got a very old laptop. I'm borrowing his other one because mine's away for repair at the moment. But most laptops will last for at least half an hour. So forget the power supply for the laptop. As you can see here, we have simply one connection and power going to the projector. It really minimises the amount of garbage that we have. So Renee's now got that out, and the first thing Renee will look for is his VGA connection. There are 3 connections on the back of this. There's 2 VGA connections in, one out, and there's also an HDMI. So Renee will connect first of all to the middle, the VGA A for Apple connection. What we'll do actually, we'll print this out and keep it with the computer. Now, if you want sound through this projector, it's also possible, but we won't go through that tonight. There's a couple of ways you can do sound, we can discover that later. Also, it's time that we connected up the 240 volt supply to the projector. And we've got a problem there because you're using the laptop, which you don't need now because it will last. So you then connect up the power supply. And now if you actually just plug in your laptop using this connection. Now, we're going to cover off how to switch the unit on. And there are 2 ways of doing that. One is using the remote, as you see here, and the other one is using the button actually on the projector. So if you've got power on there, you can now switch on the projector, open up the cover, just one press, and there's a button on the front here which allows you to adjust the height of it. This will fire up when I'm going to get the road, I think. So we'll carry on, so that will switch on. HDMI connection is very similar, it's just in a different connection. And let's now look at changing the actual connection. We've got the screen there, so that's already set up for VGA and everything's fine. So that's really it. Now there's a couple of things points I want to make. There is some equipment with that, so the VGA connection's there, and this is what I'm talking about here. So this is VGA-A. So if you're not getting a signal, then you just have to change that using the source, and the source button is here. Like so. As you can see there, you can scroll up and down either HDMI or VGA. If you have a problem with the compatibility between the computer and the actual projector, that's really something that should be dealt with at the start of the evening or at the break. This is what we were doing, but we didn't have enough time tonight because it's two new computers. As I say, unfortunately my computer is away for repair and I won't get it back until Saturday.
Question?
Yes?
Can you just quickly go through blanking screens again?
Blanking screens. There's a button here. There's a button which simply blanks the screen. You'll see it there. Press the source button, bottom right, this one here. That blank button is all you've got to press to blank the screen. Unfortunately, still got some writing on this one. But then, so it's a good idea to do that so you can then, the audience then turns on to you. And we had a red light, so I might just leave it at that. And see if there's any questions later. Thank you very much. Thank you, Renee, please.